is love to you? For a second, I struggled with this question. Should I give honesty? Because honestly, I'm not sure if they would understand my definition from a past position. Maybe I could say how I thought love was my addiction to the bad things that I never had, acting out to get the attention I was missing. Or maybe how when that drained me mentally, I searched for love physically, intentionally looking to be instantly validated by somebody, only to embody the mindset that once the thrill was gone, I'd be on to the next. Or maybe love to me was how many friends I had socially, because after all, everybody wants to feel like they're supposed to be important, right? Right or wrong, I contemplated long on what I would say, because I didn't want my answer to be filled with hate or fears or low self-esteem, or how I didn't like the person I had came to be. I didn't need to tell how my childhood was wrecked with no future to expect, or how many times I failed at trying to be politically correct. It didn't need all the hashtags on my IG, or how many times somebody gave me a retweet, or even the simple love letter that my crush gave to me in class while the teacher spoke and I didn't listen. Or better yet, I would want the witness to mention the greatest love letter ever written. That just when I thought that I'd missed it, before a president ever existed, the original abolitionist, with one stroke of his pen, wrote a decree to free my soul. While the enemy was incarcerated by the enemy while walking the green mile to the end, knocking on death's door, because that was the only wages earned for my sins. I was liberated by this letter written so perfect by the author of salvation, the writer of all creation, and forwarded to every tongue, every tribe, all nations. It took 42 generations to write it, signed in blood, sealed with his spirit, given to a postman who was chosen to be our one and only deliverer, the lion and lamb, innocent blood of a sacrifice so that we might have life. And despite the plan that they had to kill him so that the message would die with him, he knew that this was the only way that one day we would reside with him. So there he was on the cross, hung high, stretched wide. Some shouted, some cried, but just for a second imagine being one in the crowd and lift up your eyes and see the soldier that pierced him in his side, because aside from all that's taking place, the soldier would never even know that the spear that he holds is just a tool to open the envelope. And under heaven's microscope, with people all around, he opened up the message, and the love letter came pouring out. The word was made flesh for all eyes to see, and the thing about this letter is it wasn't just made for you or for me, but for anyone and everyone who would confess and believe that even in sin's epitome, he would consider me blameless. Even as I roamed aimless through this life, or whenever I was on the slave block to be sold and no one wanted me, he bought me with the price, instantly making my wrongs right. I'm no longer concerned with the cares of this world because he overcame it, taking me from shame to shameless, from being worthless to worth it, from being a problem to perfect, doing nothing to deserve it, only receiving the gift of grace, because face to face with his enemies, he embraced the nails to his hands and feet, but those failed because love held him there. Son of man, whom he sets free is free indeed. It isn't hard to see, it's a perfect picture painted vividly. For God so loved the world, he completed his mission. 3 words, last breath, it is finished. And death was defeated indefinitely. He won it all on Calvary's hill, and whether it be hard for you to accept or not, here's a thought. You can search far and wide, here and there, but trust me, man's love will never compare. Heaven is his throne, our heart is his home, and we are no longer alone. And it's now that I know that the scarlet robe that they chose to put over his open wounds couldn't clothe his majesty. It's now that I know that it had to be the crown of thorns placed on his head, used to mock him in the story, because that was the only crown fit for the King of glory. It's now that I know that there is power in his name, and with him there is no battle that we cannot win. Forever will he reign, his kingdom knows no end. It's now that I know that before he was killed or beaten or even sold out, before there was a tree that was cut into a cross that they would try and use to cross him out, he thought of us. And that is love.
The crowd